Hello everyone, and welcome back to INFRA Underground. Last time we had quite a wild ride, a simple inspection of a client's house, culminating in Mark being abducted by some sort of medical CEO and forced into their underground labs. Some mysterious benefactor enabled us to escape. We ended up in the back rooms where we got this sick flashlight. And now these batteries are kind of pointless because I don't think it ever runs out, but hey, it's at least a lot brighter. And these bears are hanging out everywhere. One thing I will say is that for a mod, it is certainly not lost that sense of infra humor that I love so much. Okay, so we're meant to go this way, or we could probably go down here. Yep. Anything to be seen if we go this way? Oh no, this probably is where we're supposed to go. Good question. Wow, I didn't even see... and it's even got spiders in its hair. That Morco imagery sure is showing up a lot, isn't it? Even in the back rooms, which, I don't know. If we go with my theory from the base game, that it has to do with, almost being the spirit of the city's sins, well, this place certainly is full of sins, isn't it? Okay. Okay. Go. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be like that. Keep going. We don't... The last thing we want is for this rickety old dent to collapse on us right now. We're gonna be plunged into a fire pit. These guys have so many worse problems than one infrastructure inspector snooping around. Also, your concrete's eroded. Still hear those fires all over.
This place is a mess. I need to find a way out.
I would love to be able to ride this thing down the tracks. Imagine we even find a sidecar to put these guys in. Look, they're even wearing little inspector helmets. There's a couple of things right here. Ellen. I've been noticing what smells like gas around some of the pipes, and they look like they're in pretty bad shape. Could you do a leak check? In the meantime, don't create any sparks down here just in case. And don't let anyone smoke. Thanks, Doug. Oh wow, that is completely illegible. I mean, most of this is completely impossible for me to read, but I can try to read the bottom right from Ellen to Doug. I just filed this. Why is this the first time we're hearing about this damage? Wasn't Robin supposed to be doing these regularly? That last one was 2 years ago when something over that was wrong? If Robin did it at all and didn't just make stuff up, does he even still work here? Oh man, and even that report seems to be about a year old. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's completely impossible to read that. It's just a jumbled, pixelated mess. I don't know what the fascination is with ducks, but maybe there's a turf war brewing between them and the bears. The only common thread is that they're all alcoholics.
Doesn't look like I'm getting out that way.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Mark. And there's also, I will say, there is also a surprising number of optional puzzles and things to find in this. For example, what is this? Some kind of beer-themed Willy Wonka attraction? Someone has been using Osmo loot bottles for storing something, and I think this is from his first production run. Something disposed of every bottle could find, but there is no telling which of these bottles are legit. Do not drink anything you find here. Oh, this place is so cursed.
Who the hell's leaving these around?
That's what I aim to find out. Oh!
So much for that.
You know what's funny is you literally took the words out of my mouth. Oh, there's even more pouring down to add insult to injury. We were finally in a Finnish wonderland. And now there's nothing remaining. It's the biggest tragedy of the day. In a day filled with tragedies. Did we get you already? Oh, right. We also have we have our flashlight's high beams. That makes things so much more useful. That doesn't look good. And this doesn't look interactive. Yeah, we're not going to be able to get under there, are we? Unless there's some way to get all this restarted. Don't think you can hide from me. Nothing hides from Mark. But is there some place we can climb up? Something we can do about all this? Ah, right there. We can climb on top of that box. Yeah, boop. Oh my god, like, it's just so... To dangle that in front of my face and then not have it be something we can explore? And that's the saddest part about all this. Forget the effort someone went through to put all this together. We can climb up right here. Hopefully not get ourselves electrocuted. And somebody is sealing off exits. And there's just so much tunnel work down here. Let's see what's here. This is all right adjacent to the active metro tunnels. Man, does nobody, like, look at stuff around this city? Like, whose job it is to actually work at these places? Because it kind of seems like nobody's doing it. Mark's the only one who does his job, reporting leaks wherever they're found. This is a real spooky place. This is a real spooky place. Wait, which way are we going, though? South Helens. Maybe we're meant to take a ride? Man, you guys really can't keep anything in working order. Huh. I mean, I guess this wasn't actually in operation, given all this stuff is set up here, so maybe it was undergoing some sort of maintenance.
The station's closed, and I think I'm locked inside.
Man, you got a line for everything, don't you?
Doesn't look like I'm getting out that way.
You're so lucky Infra was such a long game. These things are literally everywhere. The environment is just saturated in ducks. But I suppose we can at least try to move on? Or then again, maybe not. There's another leak right here, but we can't photograph it. Can't open any of these doors. Oh, this one in particular will open. That's annoying. Alright, well, let's just hope we can find them unlocked where we need them. God, these things are creepy. There we go. Wonder if there's anything to be found on the trains themselves. Trying to find Easter eggs. You guys don't count at this point. Hello. What is this back here? Yeah, boop. Yep, just causing a little destruction in order to expose the corruption of this city. We can't climb through that because we're not a real Project Zomboid player.
I'm pretty sure that's not meant to be like that.
Reporting the damage we just caused. Wow, we really are cut out for government work in this city. Yep. And don't forget to report the hole in the wall. That's always useful.
Still 8 packs of batteries left.
Let's use that right here. Thanks for the cash.
That's 9 packs
this is
of
just
camera
this is just
batteries.
breaking and entering at this point. This is just a robbery. And I see they're playing games on the job. Well, that explains a lot, doesn't it?
Fascinating.
Hey, look, another illegible document. Wait, I can't even see the corner, even if I could read that. Is there a light switch? There we go. Why is this barricaded off? That makes no sense. Before we try and read that, we'll check the drawers. Nothing. Nothing good at all.
Interesting.
Oh, they're not just undergoing renovations, they're closing. South Helens Metro Station to close. Stallburg Mass Transit announced today that the South Helens Metro Station would be closed permanently, and all Eastport train lines will terminate at Whiprock from this point forward. The station closure raised concerns among residents of the southern neighborhood, coming while living conditions in the area are seen as deteriorating. Eric Tilson, president of Helens Point Community Association, told The Times, I just heard something really weird. The area around the South Sound Station has been worsening recently, and we worry that closing it will only speed up that trend. We've seen the station become a gathering point for people suffering the effects of Stallburg mushroom addiction. Now is the time for more public investment in the area, not less. Problems with the local infrastructure have further exacerbated the problems in Helens Point. Flooding from recent storms is causing standing water and even some flooding in lower-lying parts of the neighborhood. Elena Farkas, deputy director of Stallburg Water, said, "We are adding shifts and working overtime to clear the stormwater systems in southeast Stallburg. Now more than ever, it's important that all residents follow the simple guidelines, which can be found on our website. Dumping trash in storm drains is prohibited, since this causes the stormwater systems to back up." When asked if the growing indigent population or infrastructure problems around the station contributed to the closure, an SMT spokesman said, "Service changes are based on a number of factors, primarily ridership and impact. Ever since the opening of the Helens Sound and Whiprock stations in the early 2000s, we've been planning to replace the station with bus services 59 and 54, which will connect the new metro stations along with Eastport commuter train. Keeping the South Helens station open would mean nothing but harm due to its poor condition and high costs. The station's closure will occur next month at the same time as the other SMT service changes during the beginning of 2016. After closure, the station will be used as a temporary storage for metro trains, while new trains are delivered to Tarfeld Depot, which will be expanded in the near future." So this actually closed about a year ago. We're just seeing what remains. Can we have a look in here? That one's locked. Alright, let's try and read this thing. Utterly impossible. Although I can make out the last thing from Ellen 2 Doug. I guess they finally fired Robin. Yeah, that is so annoying how unreadable these things are. Actually, wait. If I check our options, let's change memory available to high. That may cause crashing. But should make things a bit higher fidelity. There we go, now I can read it. Okay. I'm glad we fixed that with only one that we couldn't fully read. Alright, Stallburg Mass Transit Auxiliary Tunnel Maintenance. Tunnel environmental condition. Repair priority urgent. Current occupational hazard. Moderate threat to surrounding environment and health if not corrected. Significant growth of Stallburg mushroom fungi and tunnel. Fumes from mushrooms are well above acceptable limits. Poses environmental hazard to any personnel in the tunnel. Seepage of mushroom-produced compounds into local environment poses risk of water contamination and threat to air quality. All SMT personnel, contractors, and Osmo Elite Club members entering HS-24B must wear appropriate personal protective equipment. Under lease to Osmo Elite Club for auxiliary transport, so maintenance must continue even after South Helens Station closure. Even though it should probably be demoed, right? Most recent previous inspection record dated 18 months ago. Reports describe no environmental problems in the tunnel. That is unlikely given known Stahlberg mushroom growth rates. Previous reports are very likely an error or reporting based on incomplete inspections. This discrepancy calls into question all recent city maintenance inspections. Review and reinspection highly recommended. This is kind of cool as a complementary piece to the base game, simply because it makes sense. I mean, we managed to see a lot of the city's problems during the course of that game, but of course, if it's that way in that many places, it's probably that way everywhere. Sign up now so we can keep an eye on you. iBook. Now, this is like the they live of blatant advertising. So that's what we use our coins for, to pay to use a bathroom. Hey there. Hope I'm not interrupting. We can crawl into the vents. Yeah, the toilet not being connected in a closed subway station. That's what we need to report. That's gonna blow the lid off of this whole thing, Mark. Good job.
Like I'm getting out.
We have no pictures of the back rooms. Oh, look at that closed down restaurant. Always creepy, peering in through glass, shining a flashlight in. Well, let's have a look.
Too bad that the metro station was closed.
Oh. Do you hear that? Something's moving around in here. Something broke bottles. And I definitely heard some breathing at first, but I can't anymore. What is this about? Oh, of course, you're not going to let me investigate that? Are you serious? There's got to be something I can... Why is this way? All kinds of multicolored glow sticks indicating someone's been here recently. My God. Yeah. And looking at that, the only thing that comes screaming back into my head is the endless repeating of the phrase, "No more mama." I'm still traumatized by that. But for as awful of a shape as this place is in, for what was supposed to be a simple favor for a client, I have to say, I am so far away from the, what was it called, Stall Bio facility? Whatever it was called, that they must be freaking out right about now. The guy famous for blowing the lid off of scandals has escaped after being captured by you and essentially sentenced to death. I hope you're panicking.
Could use some bolt cutters right about now.
Certainly could. How are we getting in here? Oh no. Oh no. We are really going out of our way to reuse any infra assets possible, aren't we? And of course we can't get a good angle on you. Alright, well there's something back here. Can we... Oh, we can move these boxes. I didn't think to come over here because I thought the mushrooms would start killing me. Somebody's storing even more bikes down here. A whole fleet of the things, in fact. And a whole fleet of safety hazards, which will have to be reported. Anything else? Not that I can see. That is a mighty dark space beyond. Is that actually... Nope, out of order. Man, that is just a big, empty, locked room. I honestly can't think of anything creepier. Something that's people have taken care to remove from view. Speaking of removing from view, what happened to your eyes? Did that portrait steal them? Ah, a valve wheel. Okay, we can probably use that to get rid of whatever's going on over there. We just gotta find out where it attaches. This mod is so good. Like, it's got as much going on as the base game, and even though I do think it's laying it on a little bit thick in some ways, it's still real cool. Oh, all this is physicsy. There's our bolt cutters. And there's an obstruction to our way out. Something's trying to sabotage us, I think. And I have some ideas who that might be. Morco, despite being horrifying, is ultimately a helpful spirit, I think. Or at least a wraith that shows us what we need to see. Can we block you with this? I don't think that's how it works. Nope. Oh, wait, there's a key right here. Okay. You guys were actually trying to help me as... well. Just... God, this game is creepy. I think all this exposure might be a little bit much. Where did you go?
Fascinating.
Leaving behind a mushroom birthday cake and a pair of bolt cutters we very well could have used a short time ago. I'm sorry, I just can't get over the fact that I'm down in these abandoned, dilapidated subway tunnels, full of mold and fungus and whatnot, and there's someone, a decaying living body overtaken by the stuff just around somewhere. Wooden doors, huh? That's kind of unorthodox, don't you think? Let's stay to the sides in case this thing decides to start moving on its own.
Okay, let's see if it works.
Okay. But, are you guys here to see me off?
Still 8 packs of batteries left. Yes!
You see that, don't you? Let's ride. I actually managed to get a picture of you. It counted. Was this its way of telling us that we're not allowed to leave yet? Oh my. Oh, my stuff is gone. I don't have my flashlight anymore. Morco, you better mail that stuff to my company, because otherwise all our evidence is going to be lost. Okay, here we go. Oh man, I can't believe how heavy on the supernatural this whole thing is. It started out with such a grounded plot, and we just haven't had to engage with that in such a long time. Was that a mistake I just made, eating that random mushroom off the floor? I'm sorry, I just don't feel so in control of my own health anymore, and I thought that was I thought that was just something that I could do. So this is where blue ducks come from. All this started because I decided to squeeze a blue duck in an office. Let's crawl through the rocks. Ooh, another one. Going blind for a second is probably fine, right? Like, I'm sure that doesn't have any ill health effects. Can we climb up here? No, in fact, I can't jump at all. Even with all these lights, it's so dark in here. Did I keep swearing I see something. More artwork, like in the style of what we've been seeing. That one seems to have an eye. We can interact with this. Hello?
What is happening?
Was any of that even real at all?
Someone should be
Okay, well, right back to
I'm pretty
documentation,
sure
I
it's not meant to
suppose.
like that.
Might as well, right? Oh, there's just so much to see and do. What happens if we try running back down the tracks?
I'm not going anywhere near that.
Oh god, you really don't want us doing that. Okay. Point taken. But I guess we keep our progress. And this is so... Oh, okay, you're just coming anyway. Go.
That was way too close. Again.
Is dust supposed to fall from the ceiling like that? Whatever, not that it matters. Let's just document some more damage. And get a little bit of... Come on, no. Oh, there's an invisible wall here? I know there were mushrooms in front of us. This game is absolutely nuts. And even though it's not very subtle, I have to say, it is certainly intriguing me. And I guess in keeping with the traditions of the base game, I haven't expected a single thing that's happened to us.
I have like a ton of these things already.
And you always will. You are watching us. Let's just hope you're not related to the people who abducted us, although I don't think you are. Look at you following us. Yeah, I see you. I was hoping somebody could buzz me in.
Ah, you finally arrived.
It was difficult to get here in one piece.
Leave your camera on the tray at the table and I'll open the door for you.
Well, it's not like I have a choice.
Yeah, okay. Simple as that, I suppose. Nothing to be done. Just gotta leave all our evidence right here. Anything that makes us a threat to
It's
them.
done. Now let me in. I have to hurry.
Your help is highly appreciated. Stay safe.
Finally. What a fucking day full of endless tunnels, close calls, poisonous mushrooms, and goddamn teddy bears. Perkele.
Where are we? Where are we? This is not my house. And who are you across the way? Are you perhaps spying on us, or are you in a meeting or something? I don't know. It could just be an office building. Well, we still got our flashlight at least, and our camera, so I guess we got it back at some point. This is not my beautiful house. It's even got a sauna and everything. I kind of wish it was. A note. Wait, can we turn on the lights so I can actually read that? We are so glad you made it out alive. You made a great service to us. Those pictures you delivered here are enough to get Erky out of the picture. Transformation can already be seen from deep slumber. The Raven awakens. Excuse me? You're dumping a lot on me right at the end here. Hang on. Erky Torova sought in Helens Point investigation. The Stolberg Police Department announced today that they are urgently seeking Erky Torova in connection with their investigation of recent environmental and public health problems in the Helens Point neighborhood. This comes just a week after the announcement of the police involvement, which signaled the investigation was turning from a purely public health matter to a criminal probe. Torova was known as one of Stolberg's leading entrepreneurs from the mid-90s to the early 2000s, specializing in biotechnology, but little has been heard from him since his company, Stolbio, shut down. Torova's sister, Rosalina, expressed concern for his safety. Oh, his sister. Erky's mental health has been poor since the death of our brother Lori in 2003, she told the Times. She said that Torova has been in contact only sporadically since then, and she has no knowledge of how he might be involved in the Helens Point situation. She's told the authorities what she knows and urges others to do the same. Anyone with information on Erky's whereabouts should report it to help get to the bottom of the health problems in Helens Point, and also so he can get the care he needs. Public health officials also stressed the importance of the investigation. Resolving these mysterious illnesses in Helens Point is a top priority right now, said Estelle Johnson. Every piece of information from the local community gets us closer to identifying the cause of the problem and stopping it. Sounds like we may have created a much bigger problem in the process. Our safe has been ransacked, and there's ducks inside. And we can't leave. So I take it then that that's the end. That leaves so many things, I guess not hanging, but it's very, very abrupt. I don't even know what to make of so much of this. I mean, it started off with another conspiracy, but now there's just so much, like, paranormal stuff being thrown in. Something about, like, what is this, like a cult or something? SHR, The Raven Awakens? Also, I'm now noticing the numbers on this artwork here. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, either a 13 or a 15, 21, 34, 55. Why do I get the impression that reciting those numbers is bad for me? But yeah, unless I can...
In breaking news today, the Stolberg police have made an urgent appeal to the public for help in locating an individual in connection with a pattern of illnesses reported in the Helens Point neighborhood. The person in question, identified as 58-year-old Erky Torova, is said to be possibly suffering from mental illness. I'm joined now by Jasmine Crow, a senior correspondent for the Stolberg Times, who has been reporting on this story. Jasmine, these illnesses have been investigated by public health officials for over a year. Can you tell us what they've found?
Thank you for having me. This has been a frustrating problem for the public health department. About 2 years ago, patients from Helens Point started appearing in clinics with symptoms like nausea, fever, and muscle aches, and doctors couldn't pinpoint the cause. Fortunately, they were able to rule out a contagious disease, so that left environmental factors. With all the infrastructure problems in Stolberg region, health officials looked into water supply contamination and also air pollution from nearby industrial sources, but they couldn't find any factors explaining the illness.
Just last week, the police joined the investigation. What prompted law enforcement to get involved?
It was actually an anonymous tip about an abandoned facility in Helens Point that was being used for Stolberg mushroom growing and processing. When police investigated, they found what looked like a laboratory equipment as well as a tap into the local water supply. They suspected that someone could be introducing foreign substances through that tap, possibly deliberately.
Now, regarding this person the police are seeking, Erky Torova, what do we know about him? And are the police looking for him as a witness, or do they actually think he might have poisoned the water supply?
Well, the police won't officially say whether he's a witness or a suspect. but sources familiar with the investigation say he is definitely thought to bear responsibility for the contamination, either through negligence or possible deliberately. Now, Terava's background is somewhat mysterious. He was actually a well-regarded scientist and an entrepreneur in the Stallburg area, with several successful biotechnology startups in the 90s. But his last venture failed in 2003, and he disappeared from the view right around that time.
What about this mental illness the police mentioned? Does that have anything to do with his suspected wrongdoing?
According to people close to Terava's family, he really hasn't been the same since the death of his twin brother Lauri in 2003. And in fact, it's felt that his grief over Lauri's death led to his company going under later that year. But we still don't know what he's been doing since then. Although the abandoned Helens Point facility the police are investigating was the location of Terava's last company. As far as the role of his mental states, the police are only speculating at this point.
Anyone with information on Terava's whereabouts is urged to contact the police promptly. More information is available on the Stallburg Police Department website. Finally, Jasmine, is there anything else the public should be aware of?
Public health officials believe the danger to the public is now over. They've been monitoring the water supply in Helens Point continuously for any signs of contamination, and none has been detected. They'd like to remind people, though, that Stallburg green mushrooms are toxic, and that if you see any clusters of them, you should keep your distance and report them to the Public Health Department.
Jasmine, thank you for your excellent reporting on this.
Thank you.
Up next, what does the Amstrad line reconstruction mean for SMT commuters? You're listening to the Stallburg Report on Stalin News Radio, so stick around.
Well, thank you for laying it out for me like the ending of Psycho, because I definitely feel like I needed that. But that was Infra Underground, and, you know, it may be a little rough, it may feel like it's a little incomplete, but you know what, maybe that's not a bad thing. I mean, leaving me wanting more, it's definitely not a bad problem to have, right? The production value is about as good as the base game, like it's extremely well done. And, although I felt like it was a little unsubtle in terms of the paranormal stuff, I definitely appreciate it as just a project saying, hey, we can do whatever we want, so we are. I mean, maybe that's the idea. I guess if I were to draw a complaint about the paranormal stuff, it would really be more, not so much about the direction that it went, but really more a fact that in the base game, it had more room to breathe, and so in those few and far between moments, it stood out more. But here, I guess the idea is that it's trying to imply a much greater involvement. Although the first Morco encounter amounted more to an Easter egg, so really I guess the main thing is I'm confused on the tone. I still can't figure out how to get this thing working, or if it's supposed to do anything at all, but if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this mod out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.